So, we have reached the last section of our lecture, but we have frequently used the term resistance over here. So, we will discuss about that and selective toxicity right now, so that you can clear your concepts a bit about them. The selective toxicity of an antibiotic means that they must be highly effective against the microbe but have minimal or no toxicity to human. In practice, this is expressed by a drug's therapeutic index to the ratio of the toxic dose to the therapeutic dose. Well, there are two types of drugs when talking about the antibacterials. They can be either bacteriostatic and they can be either bactericidal. Bacteriostatic agents inhibit bacterial growth, whereas bactericidal agents are going to kill the organism. This distinction is not usually important, as host defense mechanisms are involved in the final elimination of bacterial pathogens. An exception is the treatment of infections in immunocompromised patients, for example AIDS, corticosteroids, anti-cancer and immunosuppressant drugs, when a bactericidal agent should be present. Resistance to antimicrobial drugs can be acquired or innate. In the latter case, an entire bacterial species may be resistant to a drug before its introduction. For example, Pseudomonas aeruginosa is resistant to flucloxacillin. More serious clinically acquired resistance, where bacteria that were once sensitive to a drug become resistant. There are 4 mechanisms that are responsible for the resistance in any kind of antimicrobial drug. That is going to include the inactivating enzyme that destroy the drug. For example, beta-lactamases produced by staphylococci inactivate most penicillins and many cephalosporins. Decreased drug accumulation, and that is done by tetracycline resistance occur, where the bacterial cell membrane becomes impermeable to the drug or there is increased efflux. Alteration of binding site may also occur, where aminoglycosides and erythromycins bind to bacterial ribosome and inhibit protein synthesis. And the resistance can also be done by the development of alternative metabolic pathways. So, antibiotic resistance of population can be developed in 2 types of ways, either selectively or it can be transferred. Within a population, there will be some bacteria with acquired resistance. The drug then eliminates the sensitive organism and the resistant forms proliferates. Transferred resistance involves the gene that codes for the resistant mechanism is transformed from one organism to another. The antibiotic resistant genes may be carried in plasmids, which are small autonomically replicated extra chromosomal pieces of DNA with the bacteria. The plasmids and therefore antibiotic resistance can be transferred from one organism to other by conjugation, for example the formation of tube between the organisms. Many gram-negative and gram-positive can conjugate in this way. So this was all about the nucleic acid synthesis inhibitors. Stick around as we're going to release 2 more videos on protein synthesis inhibitors and cell wall inhibitors. Stay tuned to sqadia.com for more informative videos like these.